Hey everyone, it's Joe Dario with the Dario Services, and today we're going to showcase a high efficiency boiler installation. In this video, the client and I will explain what was wrong with the old system, we'll install the new system, plus our technicians will explain how everything works within the system. And just remember, each system is specifically designed for the client's home that we see. If you're interested in a system like this, you need to set up a consultation, and you can do that by clicking the link below. Now, let's dive into this problem. For starters, we found that their heat exchanger was rotted on their old boiler. We investigated a warranty claim, but it didn't make sense for them to do that. We also addressed a concern regarding hard water coming into their home. We installed a water softener system to protect their new boiler, all the components with that, and their entire home plumbing system. Now that we've established the problem, let's get our client's perspective on how the installation is going.
Here we are on the day of install, and so far it seems like everything's going good. My wife greeted the fellas this morning. How did it go for you?
Went great. Debbie in the office was able to confirm yesterday that today would be the arrival day. She checked with dispatch and confirmed that. They said anywhere between 8 to 10 we should expect arrival, and I think it was 8:04 that everybody was here. So the guys were very polite. They announced themselves at the door, had booties to put on to protect the floor, although we have 3 children running around, so the booties, it's kind of moot, but they were very respectful anyways. There's drop cloths. They carried everything in and out very carefully with the door, inspected the area before they brought anything in, so it worked out really well.
We're replacing the boiler and all associated hardware, circulator pumps, everything that is associated with the boiler.
All fixtures.
Getting replaced, and we're getting a full revamp of our existing system, which by the way is no longer available. Joe did a lot of research in trying to find out if he could replace the existing, if we could get a prorated warranty towards the new system.
Upon going down into our boiler room, Joe and Jim took off the cover for the boiler so that we could just make sure that what was there was efficient, and there was a lot of crud and leaking off the top of the boiler, which also was visible on the pipes coming out of it from the bottom and under the casing of the attachment for whatever was underneath. So just looking at it, once the cover was off, you could clearly see that there was something that needed to be addressed sooner rather than later.
Burlington water is poop.
Alright, so we got all the old equipment out. We're about to hang the new equipment up. It's going to go pretty much in the same spot. We got some new venting that's going to be run at a new vent location because they have some future plans for their sweet patio outside. We're going to put it in a new location. So these are the vent terminations for the system. The boiler is actually about halfway down in the house that way. We piped it up through the basement to the most convenient spot per code that we could come out. We set their intake above an average snowfall level, so you don't have to worry about snow getting in there, but it is important that you keep snow and debris away from here because this is how your system breathes. Your exhaust comes out of here and your intake goes in here, and just as important it is for us to breathe, it is the system too, because you'll have no combustion if you have no airflow, and this is what makes that possible. Alright, so we got our zone board on the wall. This client that we're working for actually elected to have us get a prefabbed, pre-built at the shop manifold that was set on aluminum diamond plate, which is pretty sweet. It's shiny. It looks beautiful. It allows us to bring it in all in one piece, put it up and mount it. A lot of the field built components that we would normally do here in the basement, it's done at the shop. Everything's level, everything's great. It allows us to tie back into the piping that's already existing. Everything's set up. It makes it easy for our electricians to come and run control wires. And you know, it looks sweet. So we use cutting edge technology in copper and gas black steel connections here with the ProPress system. It eliminates the need for open flame and solder, and also flux, which could leave some corrosion. That's flux. From when they were doing this joint, they just got some flux on the pipe and never wiped it off, and that's what happens. And that'll eventually turn into a pinhole someday. It's got the same lifetime and dependability as a solder joint. It uses hundreds of pounds of pressure to actually make this joint. There's a O-ring seal in there, and then just pressure that actually makes this joint. We run these joints through our tools, and that connection right there will last you just as long as any soldered connection that's in your house right now. Alright guys, I'm really excited to tell you about the brain and the workhorse of this heating system. Now I call it the workhorse obviously because it's what makes all the hot water that you need to heat your home. I call it a brain though because your normal heating system in a regular residential house is super inefficient. You go to your thermostat and you turn it to a temperature that you want to feel, and it piles as much energy towards that goal as it possibly can. It reaches it and it shuts down. Now this is more of a brain because it runs on an outdoor reset and it modulates the energy, and it sends only the energy that you need to heat your home. If you become impatient and you think it's taking too long, I'm able to program this machine that after a half hour or a 1 hour interval, it'll boost those BTUs and it'll get you to where you need to be quicker. Now the other benefit too is this makes hot water. So the hot water that comes out of your faucet takes priority over this unit, and when you need it made, it shovels all its BTU energy into your hot water. It gets you hot water as fast as it possibly can. So now that we've talked about some of the benefits of the brain of this, we're gonna talk about the heart. All right guys, now my favorite part of the system, the heart. Now I call it a heart because just like the heart in your body that circulates the blood that allows you to get everything done during the day, this circulates all the hot water that's needed to heat your home. Now, this house is sizable, and the customer has it zoned for ultimate comfort and control. If he decides he needs more heat in his office, he has a thermostat there that he can control just the office. Nobody's sleeping upstairs on the second floor, he can shut that down and he doesn't need to waste energy heating the second floor. He has it split up really well, so he has ultimate control.
Joe also helped us to get water testing, and from the water testing we were able to determine that there was the water was hard or not optimal, and it would continue to deteriorate any of the materials. So in order to prevent any further deterioration in the future with the new equipment put in, we made the decision to go with the water softener as well to help protect what we're putting an investment into.
And also the water purifier.
Yes.
And you would say Burlington water is poop. I would, yes.
Alright guys, so we're going to talk about one of the most important and often overlooked parts of this system that we just installed. So the customer that we're working for is a real proactive guy. and he asked us to protect his investment as best we possibly could. So part of what we did to do that is we installed a system that's going to control his water quality. We put in a whole house filter that filters out heavy carbon debris down to 5 microns. And if you notice, I'm sitting on a pile of salt here because this brine tank and this softening system uses that salt to deionize your water and send it up and take all that bad stuff that's going to destroy that heating system out of the water. The added benefit of this whole system is it treats all of the incoming water, so your shower, your laundry, your dishes, all that is just going to benefit from the water quality that this system is going to put out.
So far the day's gone well, no problems, and I really have no anticipated problems, so I'm excited to see the end product and see what everything looks like.
Do you feel, as a happy homeowner and a loving wife, that choosing a Dario Services was right for you and your family?
It was the right choice.
Good job.
It's so cheesy.
So?
We're just doing an initial fill up. We're going to fill up each zone with water. The boiler's full right now, and then we're going to purge all the air out of the returns. Once all the air's out, we're going to turn it on and start making some heat.
I am looking forward to feeling very confident in the work that was done and having a boiler that will not give us a problem in the future, that will not have leakage or that I have to worry about carbon monoxide coming out of pipes or anything going wrong that's going to harm my family or my kids, my husband.
At least for
now.
15, 20 years.
Hopefully for as long as possible.
Right,
Yes.
right. Yeah, the process so far has been very good. Everyone, a lot of communication, which is fantastic. Timeliness, everyone being courteous and safe.
Dare I say, too good to be true.
Ooh. Pow! You had to go there.
And what I'm looking forward to is working with somebody in the office. I believe Joe indicated there's a designated person to help me work through getting rebates. So the paperwork for that initially seems daunting. Having someone dedicated to make sure that we go through the paperwork and get all that completed in a timely manner as soon as possible
Well, the fact
is a bonus.
that Joe was willing to work with us went a long way, because as we all know, these projects can be very expensive, and especially when you are not planning on this expense, it becomes even more expensive. And the fact that rebates are offered and that there's staff, dedicated staff in the office, is a huge selling point. So far, I believe we've made the right choice in choosing a Dario Services, and we look forward to hopefully more planned work in the future and less surprise work. But who are you gonna call?
The Darios.
That's great.
Alright guys, so that's the end of our video, and thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and share down below. And if you really liked what you saw, make sure you subscribe so you get updates on future videos.